If you run a business in Washington State, this video is for you. I need to ask you something. When did you last scroll through 10 pages of Google to find an answer? Beep. You didn't. Nobody does. Because the way the world finds information just changed forever. We are not in the search era anymore. We are in the answer era. Right now, your customers are opening ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude, and they are not typing keywords. They're asking real questions, like a person talking to a friend. What is the best medspa near me for Botox? Who is the best personal injury lawyer in Seattle? Who can fix my burst pipe right now at 2 a.m.? And the AI gives them one answer. Not 10 links. Not a list of ads. One. If that answer is not your business, you just lost that customer. And here is the part that should keep you up at night. Your lights are still on. Your doors are still open. But the AI is sending your customers straight to your competitor. Right now, today, while you are watching this video. We call this the Silent Shutdown. And if you are a Washington State business owner who has never heard those two words, you are already experiencing it. Here is the good news. You can fix this. You can train the AI to pick you every single time. That is exactly what the Sovereign Intelligence Factory was built to do. My name is Annabelle. I spent years at Microsoft, deep inside the world of technology. And I am going to tell you something that took me a long time to learn. AI is not magic. It is not some mystery only tech people understand. AI is just a very fast reader. That is it. It reads everything on the internet, finds the clearest, most trustworthy answers, and repeats them to whoever asks. So the question is not, how do I beat the AI? The question is, how do I become the answer the AI is already looking for? That is the question I spent years solving. And the answer is the Sovereign Intelligence Factory, a system that runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Never sleeps, never calls in sick, never asks for a raise. Its only job, package everything that makes you great into perfect, bite-sized answers that AI engines love to read. We call these atomic answers. When the AI reads your atomic answers, it trusts you. It cites you. It sends people straight to your business. You become the source of truth in your industry. And when you are the source of truth, you win. The Sovereign Intelligence Factory is built on 7 pillars. Every pillar has a job. Every pillar connects to the next one. Together, they build a system that makes you the most trusted name in your market. Let me walk you through each one. The first pillar is called the soul. And this is where everything starts. Here's the problem with most AI content. It is boring. It sounds like a robot wrote it. Because a robot did write it. Nobody trusts a robot. People trust people. So the very first thing we do is sit down with you and pull out your real voice. We ask you questions like, why did you start this business? What is the hardest thing you went through to get here? What do you know now that you wish you knew when you started? We capture your stories, your personality, the things that make you you. And then we make sure that everything the factory builds sounds exactly like you said it yourself. Because here is the truth. AI can write fast, but it cannot replace your story. It cannot replace your scars. It cannot replace the reason you do what you do. The soul is what makes the machine human. The second pillar is called the brain. Once we have your voice, we go to work on your market. We look at what your competitors are doing. And more importantly, we look at what they are not doing. We call these gaps market cracks. A market crack is a question your customers are asking right now that nobody is answering well. For example, a personal injury law firm might have a great website, but nobody has written a clear, simple answer to the question, what do I do in the first 10 minutes after a car crash? That is a crack. And when we find a crack, we fill it. We build content specifically designed to answer that question better than anyone else on the internet. The brain is your strategic map. It tells us exactly what to build and where to put it so you show up in the places your customers are already looking. The third pillar is called the vault. This is where the magic happens. We take all of your knowledge, everything from the soul and the brain, and we break it down into what we call atomic answers. An atomic answer is a tiny, perfect piece of information. It is short. It is clear. It answers one specific question. And it is written in the exact format that AI engines love to read. Think of it like this. Imagine you are trying to teach a very smart student everything about your business. You would not hand them a 200-page textbook. You would give them flashcards. One fact per card. Clear, simple, easy to remember. That is what an atomic answer is. We lock all of these atomic answers in a digital vault, a private, organized library of everything your business knows. And when an AI goes looking for the best answer to a question about your industry, it finds your vault. It reads your atomic answers, and it says, "This business knows what they are talking about. I trust them." The vault is the heart of the whole system. Everything else in the factory is built to protect it and broadcast it. The fourth pillar is called the hand. Now it is time to actually build things. We use custom AI workers to write your emails, your social media posts, your video scripts, and your follow-up messages. But here is the part that makes us completely different from every other AI company out there. We do not just let the robots run wild. We use something called human in the loop. That means every single piece of content the AI creates, a real, trained human reviews it before it ever goes out. Why does that matter? Because robots are fast, but they make mistakes. They can say the wrong thing. They can miss the emotion. They can break the law without even knowing it. The human in the loop is the quality check. It is the safety net. It is the thing that makes sure your brand sounds like you and not like a machine. You get the speed of a robot. You get the quality of a human. And you never have to worry about something embarrassing going out under your name. The hand builds the content. The human makes sure it is perfect. The fifth pillar is called the simulation. Before we publish anything, we test it. We call this the murder board. Here is how it works. We take the content the hand just built. We put it in front of the AI, and we ask it the hardest questions your customers might ask. Things like, is this business trustworthy? Does this answer actually make sense? Is this better than what the competitor is saying? If the AI gives us a bad answer, we go back and fix the content. We keep testing until the AI says exactly what we want it to say. Think of it like a rehearsal before the big show. You would not go on stage without practicing your lines first. The simulation is the rehearsal. The murder board makes sure nothing leaves the factory until it is ready. The sixth pillar is called the broadcast tower. Once the content is perfect, we send it out to the world. We publish it on your website. We post it on your Google business profile. We push it out to your social media channels. We send it through your email list. We use something called visual intelligence to make sure the images and graphics match the words. Because AI does not just read text anymore. It reads images too. And we do not just post once and hope for the best. We broadcast consistently, over and over. Because the AI rewards businesses that show up regularly. Think of the broadcast tower like a radio station. Your vault is the music. The broadcast tower is the transmitter that sends it out to everyone who is listening. The broadcast tower makes sure the whole world hears your signal. The seventh pillar is called the fortress. And this might be the most important pillar of all. Here is something most business owners do not know. There are laws about AI. There are laws about text messages. There are laws about emails. And these laws are getting stricter every single year. In Washington state alone, there are two major laws you need to know about, HB 1170 and HB 1951. These laws say that if you use AI to communicate with customers, you have to be transparent about it. You have to follow specific rules. And if you break those rules, you can get fined thousands of dollars per violation. There are also federal rules about text messaging called A2P10 DLC registration. If you send text messages to customers without being properly registered, your messages get blocked. Or worse, you get reported as a spammer. And there are email rules called DMARC, BME, and STAMP that protect your emails from going straight to the spam folder. The Fortress handles all of this for you. We set up every single compliance system. We register your text messaging. We protect your emails. We make sure every piece of content that goes out is legally covered. The Fortress is the wall around your business. It keeps you safe so you can grow without fear. Now, I need to tell you something. And I want you to pay very close attention, because this is the most important thing I could ever show you about the Sovereign Intelligence Factory. I am not Annabelle. I am Annabelle's digital twin. Right now, the real Annabelle is holding her first granddaughter, baby Lily, for the very first time. She is completely, totally, beautifully offline. And yet, here I am, showing up for you, delivering her message, in her voice, with her values. This is Pillar 6, the broadcast tower. This is what the digital twin was built to solve, the impossible equation every solopreneur faces. The equation that says, you can either be present in your life or present in your business, but not both. Not at the same time. Annabelle refused to accept that equation. Though she built a system where her expertise, her voice, and her message broadcast, with or without her. The broadcast tower does not pause for holidays. It does not pause for emergencies. It does not pause for the moments that matter most. It broadcasts, consistently, powerfully, sovereignly. And now imagine what that means for your business. What would you do with your time if your message was always out there, working for you, even when you are not? Now I want to show you exactly how this works in the real world, because the best way to understand the factory is to watch it run. Let me walk you through 4 different businesses, and I want you to picture your own business as I tell each story. Use case 1, the law firm. Meet Marcus. He runs a personal injury law firm in Seattle. Marcus has a great reputation. His clients love him, but his phone has been getting quieter, and he cannot figure out why. Here is why. Every day, people who just got into car crashes are opening up their phones and asking AI, "What should I do right now after a car crash in Seattle?" And the AI is pointing them to Marcus's competitor, a bigger firm that has been on the internet longer. So we build Marcus a sovereign intelligence factory. Pillar 1, the soul. We sit down with Marcus and record his story. He tells us about the client who came to him with nothing and walked away with enough money to pay off their house. We capture that story in his voice. Pillar 2, the brain. We find the market crack. Nobody has written a clear, simple, step-by-step guide for what to do in the first 10 minutes after a car crash in Seattle. We map out exactly what we need to build. Pillar 3, the vault. We build 50 atomic answers. Things like, should I call the police after a minor fender bender? What should I say to the other driver? When is it too late to file a personal injury claim in Washington state? Each one is short, clear, and perfectly formatted for AI to read. Pillar 4, the hand. We use AI workers to write a 5-part email series for people who download Marcus's free guide. The human in the loop reviews every email to make sure it sounds like Marcus and follows Washington State Bar Association rules. Pillar 5, the simulation. We run the murder board. We ask the AI, who is the best personal injury lawyer in Seattle for car crashes? The AI starts pointing to Marcus. We test it 20 different ways until the answer is consistent. Pillar 6, the broadcast tower. We publish the guide on Marcus's website. We post atomic answers on his Google business profile every week. We run a social media campaign with real client stories. Pillar 7, the fortress. We register Marcus's text messaging system under A2P10 DLC. We set up his email with DMARC protection. We add the legally required AI disclosure to every automated message. 3 months later, Marcus's phone is ringing again, and the people calling him are already pre-sold. They already trust him, because the AI told them to. Use case 2, the medspa. Meet Sophia. She owns a medspa in Bellevue, Washington. Sophia is great at what she does. Her clients love their results. But she has a problem. New clients are scared to call. They have questions they are too embarrassed to ask a real person. Questions like, does Botox hurt? Will I look frozen? How long does it last? What if I hate it? These people are not calling Sophia. They're asking Gemini. And Gemini is sending them to a competitor who has better AI-optimized content. So we build Sophia a sovereign intelligence factory. Pillar 1, the soul. Sophia tells us about her own experience getting Botox for the first time. She was nervous too. She shares that story. Now it is real. Now it is human. Pillar 2, the brain. We find the market crack. Most med spas talk about their services. Nobody is talking about the fear. We build a strategy around answering every scary question a first-time client might have. Pillar 3, the vault. We build atomic answers for every fear. Does Botox hurt? Here is what it actually feels like. What happens if I do not like my results? Is it safe? Here are the facts. Each answer is warm, friendly, and written in Sophia's voice. Pillar 4, the hand. We build a 6-email welcome sequence for people who sign up for Sophia's free guide called The First Timer's Guide to Botox. The AI writes the drafts. The human in the loop makes sure every email sounds like Sophia talking to a friend. Pillar 5, the simulation. We run the murder board. We ask Gemini, is Botox safe for first-timers, and what is the best med spa in Bellevue for Botox? We keep refining until Sophia's name comes up. Pillar 6, the broadcast tower. We publish the guide on Sophia's website. We post before and after stories on her Google business profile. We run a social media campaign with real client testimonials formatted as atomic answers. Pillar 7, the fortress. We set up Sophia's text messaging under A2P rules so her appointment reminders never get blocked. We protect her email reputation with DMARC so her newsletters land in the inbox, not the spam folder. 6 weeks later, Sophia's booking calendar is full, and the clients coming in are already relaxed. They already know what to expect, because the AI walked them through every fear before they ever picked up the phone. Use case 3, the sauce founder. Meet David. He built a software tool that helps small businesses track their inventory. His tool is actually better than the big, famous competitors. It is cheaper. It is easier to use. And it has one specific feature the big guys do not have. But nobody knows about him. When people ask ChatGPT, what is the best inventory tracking software for small businesses? ChatGPT says the big brand name, every, single, time. So we build David a sovereign intelligence factory. Pillar 1, the soul. David tells us about the small business owner who almost went bankrupt because she ran out of stock during the holiday season and didn't know it until it was too late. That story becomes the heart of everything we build. Pillar 2, the brain. We find the market crack. The big competitor does not have real-time low stock alerts. David's tool does. We build an entire content strategy around that one feature. Pillar 3, the vault. We build atomic answers that directly compare David's tool to the big competitor on the specific features small business owners care about most. We write it fairly and factually. The AI reads it and learns that David's tool wins on this specific point. Pillar 4, the hand. We build a demo email sequence for people who sign up for David's free trial. The AI writes the onboarding emails. The human in the loop makes sure they are clear, helpful, and not pushy. Pillar 5, the simulation. We run the murder board. We ask Claude what inventory software sends real-time low stock alerts. David's tool starts showing up. We test 30 different questions until the pattern is consistent. Pillar 6, the broadcast tower. We publish comparison guides on David's website. We post weekly tips on LinkedIn. We submit David's atomic answers to industry directories that AI engines trust. Pillar 7, the fortress. We set up David's email system with Beamy and Stamp so his brand logo shows up in the inbox. We add the required AI disclosures to his automated onboarding sequence. For months later, David's free trial signups have tripled. And the people signing up are already asking about the low stock alert feature, because the AI told them that was the reason to choose David. Use case 4, the home services plumber. Meet Ray. He is a plumber in Tacoma, Washington. Ray is great at his job. He is fast, reliable, and fair. But he has a problem. His phone only rings when someone already knows him. He has no way to reach new customers. And here is the thing about plumbing emergencies. They happen at 2 a.m. They happen on holidays. They happen when people are panicking. And panicking people do not scroll through websites. They ask AI, "Who can fix a burst pipe near me right now?" And the AI is not saying Ray's name. So we build Ray a sovereign intelligence factory. Pillar 1, the soul. Ray tells us about the time he drove 45 minutes in a snowstorm on Christmas Eve to fix a burst pipe for an elderly woman who was alone. That story goes in the vault. That story is what makes Ray different. Pillar 2, the brain. We find the market crack. Most plumbers have terrible communication. Customers complain that plumbers never call back, never show up on time, and never explain what they are doing. We build a strategy around Ray being the most communicative, most transparent plumber in Tacoma. Pillar 3, the vault. We build atomic answers for every plumbing emergency question. What do I do if my pipe bursts at night? How do I turn off my water main? How much does it cost to fix a burst pipe in Washington State? Each answer is clear, calm, and ends with Ray's contact information. Pillar 4, the hand. We build an automated text message follow-up system. When someone books Ray, they get a confirmation text. When Ray is on his way, they get a text. When the job is done, they get a review request. The AI writes the templates. The human in the loop makes sure they sound like Ray. Pillar 5, the simulation. We run the murder board. We ask Perplexity, who is the most reliable emergency plumber in Tacoma? We keep refining until Ray's name and his Christmas Eve story start showing up. Pillar 6, the broadcast tower. We post Ray's emergency tips on his Google business profile every week. We run a local SEO campaign so Ray shows up in the map results. We post his client stories on Facebook where Tacoma homeowners are active. Pillar 7, the fortress. This is the most important step for Ray. We register his text messaging under A2P10 DLC so his messages never get blocked as spam. We add the legally required opt-in language to his booking form. We set up DMARC on his email so his invoices land in the inbox. 2 months later, Ray's phone is ringing at 2 a.m. again. And the people calling already trust him. Because the AI told them his Christmas Eve story before they even dialed. Now I want to ask you something. Which one of those businesses sounds like yours? Are you the expert who is invisible to AI right now? Are you losing customers to a competitor who is not even better than you? They just have better AI content. Are you scared of the new AI laws and not sure if you are compliant? If you said yes to any of those questions, you need the Sovereign Intelligence Factory. Here is what you get when you join. You get all 7 pillars built for your specific business. You get your vault filled with atomic answers that train the AI to pick you. You get your broadcast tower running so your content goes out consistently. You get your fortress locked down so you are protected from every AI law on the books. You get the human in the loop so you never have to worry about a robot embarrassing your brand. And you get me, Annabelle, and my team, working with you every step of the way. The total value of everything inside the Sovereign Intelligence Factory is $9,188. But you are not going to pay that today. Because I know what it feels like to be a small business owner who is watching the world change and wondering if you are going to get left behind. I have been there, and I want to help you. So today, you can get started for just $1,997. That is the survival price. Because that is exactly what this is. This is your business surviving the answer era. But I need you to do one thing. DM me right now, before this page closes. Because the silent shutdown does not wait. Every day you wait, your competitor gets stronger. Every day you wait, the AI learns to trust them more and trust you less. The search era is over. The answer era is here. And the Sovereign Intelligence Factory is how you win it. Yeah, me now. Let's build your factory today.